Yo, what is going on, guys? It is KillCams, and today I'm bringing you a little bit different video. It's actually a how-to video, and I know it's a little bit more on the techie side and it's not too video game oriented. What I'm going to be showing you is how to make an Ethernet cable. So now I'm going to talk about the things that you guys need to make an Ethernet cable. One, you're going to need an Ethernet crimper. This actually locks in the wires to the RJ45 connector, which is the physical thing that you either plug into your Xbox, plug into your computer, plug into your router, the little piece that everyone knows. The next thing you need is Ethernet wire. I have a 500-foot spool of Ethernet wire. As you can see, there's no end on it, but I'm going to be coming back to that a little bit later when we actually start making the Ethernet cable. Third, you're going to need RJ45 connectors. As I said before, these are the little pieces that you actually plug into whatever. And just so you know, I'm working with Cat5e Ethernet cable. That's the most common standard Ethernet cable for up to gigabit speeds. You can go down to Cat5, which only supports up to 100 megabits per second, or you can move up to Cat6, which I believe supports 10 gigabits per second, which is more for servers and stuff like that. Now, the fourth optional thing that you guys can use are these, and they're RJ45 covers. You put it on the end. You may see them on some other Ethernet cables, but all it does is pretty much protect like that little plastic piece up top, and it covers up the wire that you don't want to see. What you do next is you want to know how long you want your Ethernet cable to be. So right now I'm going to grab my spool of Ethernet wire, and I'm going to determine how long I want it to be. Let's say I want it to be a little less than 6 feet. So I'm going to do it all the way to my arm span, because my arm span is approximately my height. I'm 5'9½", so we're going to cut it right here. So I take my crimper tool, which also has a cutter on it right there, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the wire. So now I have this wire right here, two undone ends. It's just wire right now. We can't do anything with it. But the next thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to strip, let me move this down a bit, we're actually going to strip the rubber off so that we can access the wires. And if you guys don't know how to do that, you just, kind of like press down with the cutter part and kind of twist it so you don't cut through the thing, but you're able to actually get the rubber coating off. See, now you have all these wires. The next thing that we're going to do is you notice that you have 4 different colors of wires. Actually 8 different colors. Or 8 different patterns at least. There is a brown cable, there's an orange cable, there's a green cable, and there's a blue cable. But next to those, there's also a blue and white striped, a brown and white striped, an orange and white striped, and a green and white striped. Now what you want to do is you want to untwist each one of these little wires. They're twisted up right now. So I'll get back to you guys after I'm done untwisting. Alright guys, now that we're done untwisting, you can see they're all individual wires now. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to use a certain cable configuration that is called 568B. But what it has to do with is the order in which the wires are placed according to the pins in the RJ45 connector. And this is very important that you get this right. You can't just put them in any order. You will not have data transferability. This allows us to transfer data through the wires in this configuration. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the wires in the 568B configuration, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as I do that. Alright guys, now that I've done this, I've now manipulated. You just kind of like twist them, manipulate them in so that they're in a straight line. in the order that you want them to be in. So now what I'm going to do is take my RJ45 connector and make sure you place this configuration left to right in the diagram that I showed previously, and put it in so that you're facing the pins. So the pins are to you, and I'm putting it in the way that I saw it in the diagram. You have to make sure that before you crimp it, you have them in the right order. See, I keep getting the green one and the brown and white striped one mixed up. Okay, now that I have my Ethernet wires inside of my RJ45 connector, I'm just going to peek at the bottom and check to see if they're all in their correct spaces. There's a lot of trial and error. I didn't make my first Ethernet cable correctly, so it's definitely a process. It's a tedious process, so just be patient with it. Once you get your first Ethernet cable working, you'll feel accomplished, I promise. Okay, I finally have them in the correct order. So you push them inside, and now what you want to do is you want to take the RJ45 part and you want to put it inside of your crimper. So it is now securely in there, and I'm just going to squeeze until you hear a little click. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there was a little click. That is actually the metal pieces being clamped down onto the wire that you put inside. So now what you do is you do that thing to the other side, and then you test your cable. So I'll get back to you when I finish the other side. Oh, guys, also, don't do this like me. Hopefully you're not making this video in real time. Don't forget to put these on if you want them on. I'm going to go ahead and put mine on right now. I'm putting on this side backwards because I already crimped the other side. So what you do is you just slide it on. Alright, so now I have it on my Ethernet piece, and it looks like a legitimate Ethernet cable. One thing I highly suggest you guys do is that when you are putting them in order, you see how the tips are very frizzly. It's not a word, but I'm going to use it. Kind of like your hair in the morning, you know, it's poof. But what you want to do is you want to line them all up next to your thumb, and you can take your cutter and actually cut them so that they're all straight. Like that. Alright guys, I finished crimping both sides. I'm a dumb ass and I freaking didn't put the cap on the other side. You know, you just get so caught up in it and you're just like, alright, I want to finish this because it's such a tedious process. But put these on both sides if you have them. Now what you do is you actually test to see if your Ethernet cable works. You can get an Ethernet, hold on just a second. You can get a cable tester like this. Don't recommend this because you can get a better cable tester. What I basically do is I plug it into my router, plug it into my computer, run a speed test. If I haven't connected to the internet and I get full speeds, the speeds that I'm supposed to be getting, then I have a good Ethernet cable. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment in below and tell me if you like this video. Tell me if you want possibly some more tech videos. I can do a lot of them. I actually know a lot about IT stuff. I actually do that at school a lot. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. This has been KillCam. See ya.